Today take a look at the Outfitr Easy Fold 200-pound aluminum 2 e-bike carrier with ramp. So we got our instructions. This is a 57.5 inch in length, 44.6 inches in width, and 43.5 in height. Maximum weight capacity is 200 pounds, which is quite a bit for a bike rack. And the instructions look fairly straightforward. I do appreciate that we got lots of heavy duty packaging on here, so we don't have to worry about anything getting scratched up in shipment. We got our Velcro strap. We've got our tire cradle. We got our other tire cradle. And here is our ramp. So this one is a bit more unique because this one actually completely unfolds. So you can see as we get to that full extension, that is going to lock itself in place. You can put weight on it and it is not going to flex. That'll hang on with a couple of hooks there right on the end. One of the things I love about these Outfitr ramps, they actually put pads right here on the bottom. So if you're going to be setting this on a nice pad, maybe you got some concrete that you feel is precious, you don't want to scratch it up. With this, like, they really thought of everything. Here we got a couple of bolts. We have a cotter pin, and this is our main rack. Very thick and beefy. We even got a piece of aluminum here welded on the bottom to make sure everything stays together. We do have a plastic cap there on the end, and I appreciate that we got all of our bolts already installed. We don't have to go searching through a bag to find anything. We know exactly where that's supposed to go. For our tire chock, we got a little release right there. You spin that, slide that back and forth, spin that back down, and then lock that in place. We also have those nice heavy duty straps on here. This does have a rubber pad on it, so we don't have to worry about scratching up anything. All you gotta do is press that lever, that will release, and there we can see that strap. Put it back in. All you gotta do is push it in, we can pull that tight. So we got two of those. Here's our head, so that is going to clamp onto our bike. We got a nice thick rubber pad on there, and then a rubber pad going all the way around, so you don't have to worry about scratching anything up. You can see the thickness of the metal there. It's at least 1/8 inch thick. That's way overkill for anything we're gonna need for this. And we got our second head right there. Here is our hitch, so you can see that is a 2-inch diameter. You can also see on the inside of that, that is threaded, so that is going to allow us to throw in our hitch bolt. So instead of a hitch pin, it's going to be a bolt. That is going to tighten up against it to make sure that even if there is any slop, that is not going to be able to wobble around. So excellent design there. Very heavy duty. You can see the thickness of the metal right there. And on the hitch itself, even beefier. So very nice, solid construction. Here is the main body. One thing I appreciate seeing about this is it is actually labeled. Any rack that you put on a vehicle should have a label on it telling you the capacity of it. But unfortunately, a lot of them do not. This one actually does, so I appreciate they did that. Again, super heavy duty. Got a nice strong pin right there. And then we have our release, but that actually has a pin blocking it. So we can pull that out, spin it, and then we can pull that release. So very nice, lots of safeties built in. So this will be attaching to the base. We do have our branding right here on the upright, and then we'll put our head on top of that to hold the top of the bike. Another thing I'm noticing, this just appears to have a very nice high quality paint job on it. We got our hardware, not a heck of a lot that we're gonna actually have to install on this. So in the bag with our two big bolts, we're gonna be using this bolt. So we got one that is our hitch pin. That one is a little bit extra longer, and we got threading on the outside. This one has threading on the end. And we'll be attaching that with this nylon lock nut. I do appreciate that is a nylon lock nut, so we don't have to worry about that thing coming off after we get it on. So we're just going to drop that guy in, and you can see that pin just fits inside that slot. And we can drop in our bolts and thread on our nut. And this is a 24mm wrench and 24mm nut. So we don't want to tighten this all the way up. We just want it to be tight enough that it's not going to have a lot of slop in it. We want it to be loose enough that we can still move it. Now if we pull the trigger, we can see you can release it, and that is going to be to actuate that pin. So now we are going to attach our front tire cradle. This is a 19mm. We want to put it so that the cradle is sitting on top of that rest. Get both bolts started by hand, and we can lock it down. And there is a little T-nut in that track. We're going to line up our bolt and thread that in. And that is a 4mm head, and that will keep everything in place. One thing I'm seeing that I like is just the overall quality of these welds on here. Like, they are welded 100% all the way around. Whoever did that definitely knew what they were doing. We'll be attaching everything together. The direction these go does matter. You want to make sure that you've got this opening, this hole right here is going to be opposite of where that front tire goes. So we got our last nuts and bolts right here. You can see that as a carriage bolt, and it's got that square in the middle, so that square is going to sit right inside this slot. So that is going to prevent it from spinning when we go to tighten that bolt. Let's line that up with those holes. We drop on a washer and our nut. It'll be the same thing on both sides. And that is also a nylon lock nut, so you don't have to worry about that coming off. Now, if this is anything like the last rack I put together, we're looking at about 3.5 inches from this weld for my bike. So this can slide back and forth. Now it's going to be to accommodate different sizes of bikes, but I'm going to look for 3.5 inches from that weld. Okay. And that is a 15 millimeter socket. So for these top supports, we have a 19 millimeter head bolt that has a lock washer and a washer. We've got this plate, and then we got 2 spacers on the inside. These are plastic, so it can slide. So that is going to slide through that hole. Then we're going to add that spacer and the plate and the bolt with the lock washer and the washer. And that is using a 19 millimeter. And just make sure you can still move this when you're done, so don't tighten that up too much. Might be best to do that with a hand wrench, just so you can feel the resistance. So right about there feels good. So this logo is going to be facing toward the inside. This logo is going to be facing toward the outside. And we just need to attach the heads. So loosen this guy up. Slides on. And we can lock that down. And do the same thing on the other side. We can slide this guy down. When you put that head underneath, then we can take our Velcro, and it comes in 4 strips. We can wrap that around, tie that together. That way we don't have to worry about that thing banging around. So if you want to drive around with this rack still on your vehicle, but you got the bikes already off, you can just attach it like that, and you'll be good to go. This particular rack does not have a spot to put our ramp, so this is going to be something you're just going to be putting inside your vehicle. The biggest thing there is going to be whenever you go to pull this guy out, make sure you get it on your vehicle, get the bikes on it, and then make sure you also grab this guy. So one of the cool things about this design, as you can see, there is a little bit of rock in there. Now you're going to get that with pretty much any hitch mount. Put on the washer and the lock washer, put that through. We use that same 24 socket, and that locks it in. So now we are secure. As a very nice feature you definitely do not normally see on these racks. And we got our hitch pin, and that just goes on the other side, so that even if, for whatever reason, that bolt comes loose, you don't have to worry about it coming all the way out. Parts about having an electric bike, you just use the throttle to get that guy up on. So I got my main strap right here. This is going to keep it from rocking forward and backward. Just cinch that down just by pulling that strap. I do have it right here on the main frame. If you wanted to, you could put that up higher. It's going to be up to you. And for our rear tire, it's going to bring that right back to the tire and flip this guy back around and lock it down. So the idea here is we don't want to be pulling this down, we actually want to be pulling it down and forward. We'll be pulling the rear forward, we'll be pulling the front to the back. It's going to kind of pinch everything together, and that's going to prevent the bike from being able to slide left and right. Ratchet that guy down nice and tight. And this is a big 50-inch wheelbase bicycle. It's got 26 by 4-inch tires, so nice big fat tires on there as well. Yeah, definitely not bad. Now I just gotta take this rack and put that underneath the passenger seat. Now this isn't gonna affect me too much because I got a pickup, but if I had an SUV or hatchback or something like that, being able to get to those back doors can still be important even when the bike rack is on there. Because this one has that handle, we can pull that safety pin. You wanna keep in mind you are gonna be lifting whatever the weight of these bikes are, so this is gonna be kind of heavy. So 2 hands, and then we can drop that down. So it is pretty heavy, but that is doable. But if you need to have the capacity to get to those back doors on your vehicle, this is going to be the best rack there is for that. So looking at the alignment here, it is off just a little bit. So if I wanted to, I could take those 2 Allens underneath, I could loosen those up, and I could slide that bike to the left. The same thing on that rear bicycle. And we could line that up so that it is perfect to match these bikes. Of course, that will change depending on the bike. But for this is probably going to be good enough for now. But it is nice to know that if you're a perfectionist, you know you're going to be only putting these bikes on it, you can adjust for that. Yeah, got about 160 pounds worth of electric bike on there. That thing felt super smooth. It felt like it was really just a part of the truck. Definitely super heavy duty. I do like that we can actually drop that thing down if you got a hatchback or you got an SUV and you need to get access to the back door. So this is definitely going to be the rack that you want for that. For a pickup truck, it doesn't really matter, but if you're going to be buying something you want to make sure that's future-proofed, that is still going to be an excellent option for that. The biggest thing is you just can't argue with the performance. I mean, that thing, when I was driving, I kept on looking back and making sure that nothing was vibrating around or like shifting too much. And there's just no concern with that. Like, this is a super heavy-duty rack, and if you got big, heavy e-bikes like this, then that is definitely going to be the style that you want. I definitely would not be upset with either of these racks. In fact, these are the only racks that I'm going to be using for these bikes from now on. You should have these things secured, but I'm just going to flip it up for right now. But I like the fact that we can just take this guy and flip that up. And then we got plenty of room so we can park this in a normal parking spot. We don't have to worry about that hanging out the back, potentially getting hit by somebody passing by. So excellent execution right there. Overall, that is a very high quality rack. I'm very happy to have that.